you need to put on your car? All 4 of them?
Why, yes.
Oh, you do?
Mr. Repairman.
All right.
Would you come in and rotate them for me?
You need your tires rotated?
I need a lot more than that.
Do you need your back tires moved to your front?
Wow.
Or your front tires moved to your back?
I don't even know what to say to that.
No idea what I'm doing. Most men in this situation.
That's right. We're going to talk about role-playing today.
Right. So this is 320.
Yeah.
I think we messed up on the naming convention because we did a 299, 300.
331 and a half next
we'll
week.
be, yeah. So I'll get that correct online audibly on podcast. I'll get it correct there too. Maybe I could just do some stuff. I think I'm behind on the podcast. I'm sorry. I've just been swamped.
Hey,
anyways.
And I wanted to say, for those of you that might go to our church, it was pretty fun yesterday to get called out from the pulpit as the marriage couple that talks about some things.
Sex.
And one of our... And if you listen, you'll find their favorite thing to talk about is, and he didn't actually say it, but I thought that was pretty fun.
That will make you blush.
So,
and we're trying to,
blush,
especially the 300 series, we're totally trying to make everyone blush because why not?
Why not?
The truth of it is that there aren't many Christian couples that talk about having a Christian marriage, a Christian relationship, how to have a godly relationship, or just, if you don't believe in Christ, or just having a healthy relationship. And talking about sex is kind of important. We see sex in the negative
all the time.
90% of the time,
yep.
And we just want to be part of the 10% to say, hey, it should be in your marriage, it should be between you and your spouse, you and your partner, and you should enjoy it, and it should be fun, and it should not just to be getting the job done or
procreating,
a duty or anything like that, that both of you are an equal part. Yep. And so both of you being an equal part brings in role play. First of all, is it okay? Is it okay to role play?
Yes. I'm going to say
lies,
yes.
All lies.
I'm going to say yes, and I think it depends. There's a lot of different factors. It's not just a yes or no answer. And role playing, what does that mean? That
she likes to get role
like, Supergirl or Spider-Man or, whatever you want to do and have
dress
fun
up
stuff.
As Spider-Man.
Hey, I knew this couple that they would go out on a date and pretend like they didn't know each other and meet, for dinner and pretend like, actually I think A Modern Family even did one like that.
Yeah.
Had total fun. And you know why? Because it adds spice to it. If you're going to be with this person for 50 plus years, you're going to have to add a little spice in it once in a while to make it exciting.
Or it gets boring.
It does. It can get boring, Okay,
and to add spice, maybe just change
every Friday
positions.
Night.
Or, have sex on the kitchen counter.
Woo! People will never come over to our house again. I'm never eating off that counter
I was just trying to rotate her tires. I don't know what
That's awesome. But I think it also I know it comes down to, same thing we've always talked about is communication.
This really does come down to communication because you can't just pop in a role play and let the other person swing with it. Like for example...
Unless maybe you've talked about it beforehand.
Yeah. Do you like role play?
No, I hate it. Well, let's not throw that in there.
Well, then I'm not going to dress up in a doctor suit and play doctor if that isn't something that you do. And that would be, honestly, the first role play that I would have everyone try.
And you need a doctor's visit or a massage.
Doctor.
Hey, Mr. Massage.
Why do I suggest playing doctor?
Because it gets you to explore your
partner's because then you get to know one another and what feels good and how to touch them and all the...
And you get to see each other. I think that's a big deal, too.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of women that are very self-conscious, men, too, on their bodies. But remember, this person really, really loves you. And they want to explore your body. And he's told me this. He goes, I don't care what you look like. I love your body. I want to look at it.
I don't see all the flaws you see.
Yeah, exactly.
And so if you're one of those people that gets undressed in the closet and then
jumps into the
dives into bed with the lights off so that nobody can stop it. The person that loves you can't see the flaws, and they don't actually see the flaws that you see.
Right.
They may see totally different flaws, like that's what you want to hear. But women tend to focus on this one part of my body is horrible.
Yeah.
Speaking for all men, we just don't see them because we love you. And the same thing. It's vice versa. There are parts of my body that I think are disgusting, and she doesn't care. And she loves me just the way that they are, and she doesn't see them as horribly as I see them. And so one of the major things of doing role play is almost kind of getting over yourself.
Yeah.
That you can
Getting
put
out
on
of your
this
head.
persona
Yeah.
and stop looking at your body, and then now you can act out whatever you want to act out, if it's Spider-Man and Wonder Woman.
I was having fun on Halloween with that
DC.
big fluffy dress that I bought for $5 at the thrift store.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that
We had a lot
dress.
of fun with that dress. That was fun.
You don't even want to know how much fun we had on that dress.
But that was fun, and we had a great time with it. It was really fun. We were just playing around. But I think there's definitely a negative. If you're role playing so much that you are not even
Yeah, you're not in reality.
Yeah, you're not in reality,
Yeah.
or your spouse is. If your spouse always wants you to maybe turn around, put on a mask, be someone you're not at all times, there's deeper issues.
If you're
here.
always having sex facing the same direction, maybe there's a problem.
Seriously, it definitely can add spice. But too much of some of these things can lead to other underlying issues.
Right.
That there's some fantasy going on there, that they really are thinking about someone else. Maybe, I really, really liked that guy at work that wears that outfit, so I'm going to make him wear that outfit. Now I'm thinking about that guy.
And we're not talking
That's
about
not what we're talking
that kind of
about.
role play.
That
we're
is
talking
totally different.
Cosplay-y, maybe a
Fun.
whip.
You're
stuff
communicating
like
that together.
Yeah, you're communicating.
But if you
feel comfortable
hey,
with this?
I saw this woman in this porn movie,
And
that
you need
now
to dress
I want
up.
you to dress like
no,
it.
No.
That is not the same thing. Dressing
We're
up
talking
sexy
edible
for your-
underwear.
Well, but I'm
Because
just
you
saying,
never see that anywhere.
if you've seen it from someone else and you want your partner to look like someone else and be someone else for your own fantasy,
Right. That's the problem.
That's pretty much cheating in your mind.
They are always your partner, even all
When
of
we're
the time.
dressed up
Even
or
when they're
having
dressed
fun.
up or when they're having fun.
Yeah.
It's not making your partner something else.
Right, something
It's-
that they're not.
It's literally enjoying and having fun.
Yep.
And so we've done role play, and there are times where we totally break character and just start
Yeah.
laughing
Yeah.
because it's ridiculous. It's hard
Bonding.
for
It's
me
intimacy.
to get into the actor mode and totally go all in it, and I can't do that. And so a lot of the time it just ends up as a funny SNL skit where we both end up laughing.
But we're both naked.
Yeah.
But see, that's the difference. And is it okay? Absolutely. Have fun with it. If it's okay with one partner, absolutely hard line with the other. Find out why. Is there something
Yeah.
behind it? Is it, and respect that, honor it. Maybe, like Tim and I, we're two different people, and he pushes me
No,
one
we're
way
not.
and I push him another way.
the same.
And that's good.
We are
But if-
attached down here. You can't see it.
I don't even know how to respond
Do you
to
want me
that
to rotate your
comment.
tires?
I'm going to go sit over here. Not attached to
We are Siamese twins.
Oh my word. Anywho, what was I saying?
I wasn't talking
That was-
sexually.
I was just word touchdown here. Most people probably think we are. But if one person is like, hey, what do you think about this? And the other person's like, no, I was in a past relationship. That person, wanted me to do this and that. Okay, find out a little bit more about that.
Right.
Have a conversation.
If there
You're
was
trying
abuse
to get to know
and
your partner.
and the other person is running away from abuse,
Yes.
that's not necessarily the quite answer anyways.
it's a
you know what I
trigger
mean?
for
Part of
them
it
to
is
talk
just
through
dealing with, okay, I understand that was a horrible situation and that was abuse. I can address it this way to solve. It is a conversation to have. And then it's also fun to go shopping for the event. So in other words, there's a whole bunch of Halloween costumes that are on sale right now. Perfect time
That
to
would
go
be fun.
to go.
That is great.
Yeah,
This
perfect
is-
time.
Yes.
But you kind of get the
That's why you
idea
wanna
that
do
there is
role-playing right around Halloween. Duh. You're so smart.
sometimes I'm smart. Most of the time I'm not. But you kind of get the idea. This is a heavy conversation to have. This isn't a conversation to have and then jump right into doing it. To have a conversation,
If you're not prepared.
like
Yeah,
on a date. If you're not going on a date, go on a date once a week and talk about this. Hey, how do you feel about role playing? Tell me about your history with role playing. If you guys weren't virgins when you were married, where was it too far? When was it not too far? We're not necessarily talking about BDSM and whipping each other. That's next week. But you kind of get the idea that it is a huge conversation to have. What would turn you on? What would not turn you on? And honestly, it should be a conversation that you both get turned on because you're actually communicating fantasies and or desires that the other person can fulfill.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. And so you now can communicate an entire fantasy of, hey, I want you to dress up like a doctor, and these are the things that I want you to do. And it's honestly should be a turn on for both of you to hear it, unless one of you already has an issue with that being no. And so this is something to work out through. Is it okay to have role play in a Christian marriage? Yes. It is. Because you're not fantasizing about being someone different or the other person is being something different. You are just having fun and spicing things up. Mm-hmm. And that's the whole point. If you're doing role play to pretend that someone is not there or that someone is different, that's when it's not okay.
Yep.
If you're doing role play and that's just a fun thing that you two are coming together and doing, that's when it's perfectly healthy and fine.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You look so cute today.
You know what? I'm going to rotate some tires.
You might need to rotate my tires.